Good Morning Texas, it's spring break, and we're talking about a new movie that's being released and butterflies that are being released. That's all happening. GMT starts right now.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Good morning, Texas. Happy Thursday, you guys. It is Baby Friday. I'm Erin Hunter. It's also Women's History Month, so you know we had to kick things off with the Queen Latifah, that is. Today, we're highlighting a mom who is bringing some calm and relief to other moms with her candle and self-care business. Plus, another mom, artist, and entrepreneur is with us to share her story and tell us about her new Toasts and Trinkets class. And we're breaking down the 5-year stranger theory. It's quite interesting. Do you feel like you have friends that maybe you were really close with, but you haven't talked to them in a while, or things just kind of fell off, but nothing actually happened? We're going to talk about that theory and why it happens today, so stick around for that. But let's bop over to the Weather Center, see what's going on outside. A ton of rain last night and more to expect.
Yeah,
Greg.
More on the way. Catching a little bit of a break now, Erin. Good morning again, everyone. We did have the widespread rain and thunderstorms across the area yesterday. It's been rain-free so far today. Going to stay that way for the most part. Still some low-end rain chances. We've seen those low clouds roll back into Fort Worth right now, 69 degrees. It's going to be a little bit breezy at times as well as we go through the morning hours, 16-mile-per-hour winds now. But we will have those gusty south winds as we go through the day. Still very warm. Coming back over to Fair Park, a little more sunshine there. But again, we will have partly to mostly cloudy skies today. 72 degrees out there for you right now. So as we look at the satellite radar composite, all the showers and storms right now north of the Red River. So again, we're not going to see the high coverage that we saw yesterday. And the storms that we do see, if we see any, they won't be severe today. So that is some good news for us. We'll see those temperatures back into the upper 70s, close to 80 as we go through this afternoon. Now here's that timecast going through the afternoon hours today. Coverage only about 20, maybe 30% with any showers and storms that we see for this afternoon. And again, they should stay below severe limits. We'll watch what happens out to our west into West Texas this evening. I do think we'll see at least a cluster of storms make a run into our far northwestern counties a little bit later today. But again, those storms will likely weaken as they do so, pushing on up into Oklahoma. So that severe weather threat well out to the west of North Texas here as we go through the day. Now that does change again tomorrow. More widespread rain and storms move back into the forecast. So we do have weather alerts in place for Friday and Saturday with the periods of showers and thunderstorms expected, especially heading into Friday afternoon. So that severe weather threat does increase once again. So make sure you do stay updated, and we'll carry those rain and storm chances into the weekend, too. More on that a little bit later in the show, though. But now, Erin, back to you.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Greg. Handcrafted, heartfelt, and one of a kind, our next guest turned her first source of healing into artful gifts and home decor. And now she wants to help others learn the joy of painting. Plano artist and mompreneur, we like to call it. Yolanda Fernandez-Lee is here to explain how. Welcome back to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So glad to have you. So before we get into your new venture, can you remind us of what started this art journey for you to begin with?
It was a place of healing. I needed to use art to heal through a lot of struggles that we were going through, and eventually just turned into a business. Yes. And I evolved into a business.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, so how did painting and art help you get through that tough time that you were just talking about?
Creativity has amazing benefits from it. Being able to create something with your own hands, taking your time to make something from scratch.
Yes.
And through that, I found sharing it with my community and sharing it with others, making things with intention, helps a lot, with mental health.
Tell me then, what was that light bulb moment for you where you were like, okay, I could actually turn this into a full-time business and then studio on top of that?
So the studio was an important part of it. So since I moved to Flex, etc. in Plano, I built a new community, and I was able to connect with other entrepreneurs and other small businesses who were in the same situation, families, kids, balancing all of that. And that really helped me grow my business.
Oh my gosh.
So it was baby steps, but the community in itself was what helped it grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what everything is based in, is
Absolutely.
community to begin with. We're meant to be around others.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about your process, because the last time you were here, we made these cutie little trays right here that are now being housed in my home, holding all of my jewelry. But today we're making full-blown trays, which I'm so excited about.
Yeah.
What is the process? How do you go through to make perfection like this?
So in the workshops that we're going to be hosting, we're going to be painting these little trinket dishes and these trays, and the process is super simple. It's going going to be fun. I'm going to have you get started. Do you want to try it out?
Yes, of course. Let's do a little
Absolutely.
painting this morning, shall
so
we?
the process is super simple because we're having fun.
Yes,
So we're
yes.
going to get some paint here. You're going to grab some hot pink because I know you love that color.
Yes, I do. And you guys, she made the bottom pink for me.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go.
And then I'm going to grab some white, and I have little circles set up for you, so you're going to be doing some petals just like this, following the circles. Now, when you come into the workshop, we're going to have step-by-step instructions. You're going to be having a ton of fun. There, you have me to lead you along the way with 10 years experience. So you're doing great.
The 10 years of experience is showing right now. Look at the difference
Yours
in all.
looks amazing. Yours looks great. You're just putting little petals. Just don't overthink it. Just lay it down.
Oh gosh.
You're doing
Not
great.
good.
No, it looks good. It's not yet finished. That's why.
I love how optimistic you are.
What makes it beautiful is that you made it, right?
Yeah.
And it's unique to each and every one of us. We're all going to have really different outcomes.
I do want it to look like that one. No, I'm just kidding. So tell me, then how did you get into starting the classes? What made you want to start teaching other people what you do?
Yeah, well, aside from you promoting it, you suggested it last time. Yeah, we want to bring people together. I want to bring, as you just talked about, strangers coming together, girlfriends coming together, getting workshops done where you actually meet humans, right?
Yes.
So at Flex Etc. Plano, I have my studio there. We have a beautiful space set up. People can come in, get creative, meet up with your friends where they never have a chance to, because we're always going to say we're going to meet up and we never do.
Oh my gosh,
you just brought that up.
The biggest thing about adulting is
Adulting
figuring
is hard.
out how to get your friends on your calendar.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and this is a great way. You come in, you create something with your friends, with your community. You're not scrolling on your phone, your hands are busy painting and creating, so yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay, you guys, I don't know if you guys can get an overhead shot, but if you see hers
do.
and you see mine, maybe you shouldn't take the overhead shot,
No,
okay?
it's beautiful. I love it, I love it, I love it.
What would you say to someone who is afraid of trying something new, or maybe they haven't necessarily been crafty before, which honestly, if they see me right now, they'll be fine because they'll see my flower right now and think, okay, I can do this. But for the people who are a little wary, what would you say to them?
It's a beginner-friendly course. I'm there to help you have fun and create something beautiful. There's no need to overthink it at all.
Yes.
You are gonna enjoy it, and I'm here to help you.
I will say it is quite soothing. Like
It
this,
is.
it brings me a different type of peace. And you're right. I think it's because your hands are busy.
Yeah.
Now, it's Women's History Month,
Yes.
and we were just talking about that. You're a woman-owned business, and there are tons of moms and women out there who are looking to make their dream come true. But life comes into play,
It does.
right? And there's
It does.
just not enough hours in the day. So what advice would you give for that?
Community first again. I'm going to say I've been blessed with so much support from my husband, my friends, my family, but it was once I moved into my new space, my studio in Flex Etc., that I found my community of entrepreneurs, of business owners, of moms. We are able to discuss and talk about the troubles of running a business and like learn and explore and like get better from it. So
in a
find your
space
people.
with like-minded people.
Like-minded people, people who believe in your dream as much as you do.
Oh, that's
right?
good.
And
That's good.
it's great to be in a community versus at home in your studio space where you're
yourself.
alone and you're overthinking and things like that. So again, it comes back to finding your people.
This is good.
Finding
I
human
like
contact,
this.
yeah.
And you get to leave with a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork that you worked on yourself. Where can people find you, and how can we sign up for the class?
Okay, so you can find me again at Flex Etc. Plano, and my studio is Yfl Art at Home Decor, and the classes are available online right now at yflart.com. Right? You can book them. They're mostly right now on Saturdays and Sundays, but we're going to open up more dates. And then, of course, if you are booking private events and etc., please feel free to contact me.
Well, very good. Thank you for coming on this morning. We did not get to finish, you guys, but I would like to show my final product. This is what it looks like. I did try my best.
It's beautiful.
Thank you so much,
You're
Yolanda,
welcome.
for being here.
You're welcome.
Motherhood is beautiful, but it can also be overwhelming. Between late nights and constant demands and pouring into everyone else, many moms rarely pause to refill their own cup, and that's the heart behind Mommy Time Candle Co. And this morning, founder Fiona Scott is here to share more about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Erin. How are you?
I'm so good. So glad to have you here. So tell me,
Thank you.
what inspired you to create this brand, and then what was the inspo behind the name?
So I started this brand, or came up with the concept back in 2018 when I had my daughter prematurely at 25 weeks. We spent 4 months in the NICU, and she was 1 pound, 11 ounces. During that time, I had no self-care. I was extremely overwhelmed emotionally and mentally, but candles helped me through my journey.
Wow.
And so that's why I started this business. I do believe that through pain, God gives us purpose. And so Mommy Time Candle is my purpose, to remind mothers like myself that no matter what stage of motherhood you're going through, there's always space for my time.
I love that you're using this as a testimony. So tell me, what was it though about candles that gave you the calm you needed when you were going through that journey with your daughter?
So it's scientifically proven that candles and aromas can stimulate the brain activity, specifically the limbic system, which is our emotional hub. So it allows us to be calm, relax, and boost our mood.
Wow, okay, I did not know that. I just learned something today. But your candles are described as eco-friendly and sensory targeted. So what does that mean exactly, and how does fragrance and flame actually help to create that calm?
So eco-friendly, we use 100% soy, so that's going to be biodegradable, so you don't have to worry about it impacting the earth. We also use 100% cotton wicks. So it gives it a clean, even burn. You don't have to worry about the toxins into the air.
Yeah.
And then we also use our vessels where you can repurpose them. So they're all glass. You can use them for your makeup brushes. You can put in your little trinkets and things like that. So it's always a secondary purpose.
This is so much fun, but it is so catered towards moms in the way that it is healthy, so that when you are burning it and your new baby is in the space, you don't have to worry about the toxins, like you said, but also giving us multi-use, okay? Because listen, when we invest in something, we want to be able to use it for something else. So this is really exciting. You have some items here this morning, and we're gonna actually make a candle on the show today.
We are.
Walk us through.
Absolutely. So we're going to make one of our top sellers, which is blackberry and patchouli. So blackberry is great for mood boosting, but patchouli is going to be more grounding. So you're going to get a good balance, okay, between the two. So the first thing that we're going to do is we have our 100% soy wax here. It's at temperature. I'm going to have you actually pour the fragrance in there.
Ooh, yay, okay.
You can pour the entire bottle, and then we'll stir it for 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, so we're loading her up.
We're loading her up. We're going to give her
all the goodness.
Absolutely. She's going to be bold. She's going to smell amazing.
It already smells divine. Oh, wow, that's good.
Thank
But I see
you.
what you mean by the patchouli is grounding. Okay,
Yes,
I like
yes.
that, because you don't want it to be too sweet and overwhelming. I like this. This is very calming indeed. Okay, so you give this a little bit of a stir. We've got a crock pot. Is this a crock pot?
It is like a little mini
It's a
crock
wax
pot.
melter.
It's like portable. It's on the go, super cute,
this.
easy. Yes, easy.
Okay, so you stir, and how do you know when it's done and everything's incorporated?
So usually you want to do about 2 to 3 minutes. So usually when you first pour, you can actually see the liquid in there from the fragrance. You want to blend until you no longer see that, and it's spread and evenly distributed throughout the pot.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so then where do we go from here?
So now we're going to take our candle vessel that we have here, and we're going to wick it. So you're going to sit the candle vessel, flip it upside down, and just press.
Ooh.
Easy peasy.
Look at that, y'all. Oh my gosh, very good. Y'all see the wick? Yes.
Easy.
Come on, give me some.
I
Look at me making candles this
already.
morning.
You're a pro. Pro already. Natural.
Yes. Okay, so then do we pour the candle in from there?
Yes. So then we're gonna sit this off to the side. And we're gonna take the pot. If you wanna do it, or you want.
Girl, let's see. Okay, you
Just
trusted
pick it-
me.
I'm trusting you. I'm
me.
trusting you. You
But
got
as
it.
I do this, tell me, because you do so much more than just candles. Tell me what other products you
Yes,
have.
so we have everything that you need to curate your My Time moment, whether that's for yourself or your home. So we have reed diffusers, we do room sprays, and we also have our candles that we're making here. And then we also have body mousse, body butter, and then we also have sugar scrubs and bath salts as well.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you have a little bit of something for everyone, but I also
Yes.
want to, because I saw the one that
The
goes
bath
in the
salt?
bath.
Yes.
And the fact that it has oats in it. I mean, it's just so natural. And so did you
Yes.
used to do that on your own, or how do you come up with the ideas?
So because I have eczema and my daughter has eczema as well, so everything that I make is going to be inspired to my personal lifestyle. So the 100% oat bath is going to be great for dry skin, great for eczema. So it's going to soothe and it's going to hydrate the skin.
Okay.
So it's very purposeful, everything that I make.
You're
to make
speaking my
sure-
language,
Yes.
girl. I like this. This is so cool. Okay, now tell me, how do I keep the wick from moving?
So we are going to center the wick. And centering the wick is very important because you want to make sure that you have an even burn.
Booyah. There you go. And then I'm assuming once it hardens, you kind of cut the wick down.
Yes.
And there you go.
And you're ready
We
to
made
go.
a candle.
We made a candle.
This
Great.
is so awesome. Tell me, how can we find you? How can we get to your products, especially if someone is going through the same transition that you went through and they're thinking, okay, I need a little solace, and a candle would be the perfect way to do that.
Yes, so you can find me at Mommy Time Candle on all social media platforms. And then you can also check out my website at www.mommytimecandle.com.
Very good. Piana, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Erin. I appreciate you.
Give to Gain. Sunday is International Women's Day, and this year's theme focuses on the power of generosity, collaboration, and investment in women. It also brings our next guest back to North Texas to join the She Economy conversation. Before she speaks at a program benefiting Girls Inc.'s project Accelerate, Ellen Zentner of Morgan Stanley is sitting down with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
So glad to have you here. Also love the term She Economy. So cute.
It's excellent, right?
What does it mean to you to be back here in North Texas celebrating International Women's Day by supporting young women right here in our community?
Well, gosh, I am a Texas girl through and through. And so to be back home to celebrate International Women's Day, and especially in the 115th year, just really means a lot to me. And this is not just a story about Wall Street. It's about understanding that women's power in the economy is a driver of the American economy, and it's growing. And that's really important for businesses and families and young women right here in our community.
Yes, indeed. So you say She Economy isn't about Wall Street. It's Main Street. It's us as women having, what's the word? Having power over our own purse strings, right? Having control and having control of our future as well when we have power over those purse strings. What exactly does that look like on an everyday basis, though?
So we've known for a long time that women control how the household is conducted on a daily, how it functions, and that means that we have those purse strings and we spend it, but we are filling the purse. So it's coming from us. So it may surprise you to know that women are now 50-50 homeowners with men.
Wow.
50% of all homes owned in America are owned by a woman. We are now growing as a share of the primary earners in a household. So when I say we're filling the purse, we are filling the purse.
We are filling the purse,
So
indeed.
we're not just determining where things are spent, we're responsible for earning in the household. And it's really important these days to understand just how much our economic power in the economy is growing.
Yes, and you know what? I think that's something we don't learn because it is currently shifting at the moment, right? We're seeing pay disparity slowly come to be equal. Slowly,
but it's getting better.
But it is getting better, and so now we're seeing new things that we haven't encountered before, such as having a big impact on the purse strings and on the household financials in general. And so what advice do you have for young women as they prepare to lead and play influential roles in our economy?
So I think for young women, I think from the very start, the moment that they interview and get that first job, they need to understand that they're not lucky to have that job. The employer is lucky to have you. They chose you for a reason because you were the best. And so you start off in that brand new job with the gravitas that I belong. I belong. You chose me.
No imposter syndrome.
No imposter syndrome, because it starts early on and we carry that monkey on our back all career long.
All the time, yes.
So we get rid of it. We don't even go there. And from the beginning, we know that we belong.
Yes, but we have to integrate that into ourselves. We have to do that. It can't be from somebody else, but community does help. So who was there for you on your career journey when you were trying to figure things out? And did mentorship end up helping you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a critical part to building my career. So first of all, I grew up in a household with a strong mom, and she was out there earning and eventually out earning my father so that she was the primary breadwinner. So that was a great start. And then when I finished college and I went to work for the state of Texas, the very first chief economist I worked for was a woman, and she ended up being a mentor for my whole career. And so I started out with powerful senior female mentors that stayed with me my entire career.
Wow. I'm so glad that we got to have this conversation this morning.
Me
because it just shows that we are evolving, we are growing, and we do have more control of what's coming into our bank accounts. And
absolutely.
Now we just have to learn what to do with that money, right?
That's right. Too much shopping, but
listen, we'll invest too. Well, we got to invest in the shoes too as well.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Ellen, for being here this morning.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, it's tea time. A little later, you have to hear what actor Christian Bale told me about his character in the highly anticipated The Bride movie. Plus, driving a wedge between your friend circle coming up. The one reason why you might start feeling like you don't know your BFFs. Keep it here. You don't want to miss that. Tomorrow will be a memorable day for more than 13,000 local students as United Way Reading Day, sponsored by Atmos Energy, brings electric energy and big impact to more than 700 classrooms across North Texas. It is all a part of United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's mission to improve access to education, income, and health by sparking a love of reading from an early age. We can ensure more students are set up for success. Best of all, Reading Day is a way for all North Texans to unite in support of early literacy, and your donation to United Way funds programs like Once Upon a Month, which delivers free books to local children every single month. Having just a few books at home is powerful for a young reader, creating a foundation of literacy that lasts a lifetime. For our community's youngest readers, your donation could change everything. Visit unitedwaydallas.org to support literacy today. 5 years can change a lot, right? Your goals, your relationships, even how you see yourself. In the 5 years stranger theory, it is sparking and it is trending. So here to break it down and what it is and how it can change the way you see your relationships is Think Well Plus Counseling President and licensed mental health coach, Dr. Jada Jackson-Hill. Good morning.
Good morning, lady. How are you?
I'm so good. So glad
ready
to have
for
you
this?
back. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this. I want to know it all. So people online are talking about the 5 year stranger theory. What exactly is this, and why do you think it's resonating with so many people?
Well, of course, everyone's talking about it online, but what it is, it's really simple. It's 5 years goes by, and then you take a look at yourself and you go, wait a second, if I look at myself 5 years ago, I'm not the same person. I don't even know who that person is. And that person is a stranger to me. What do I do with that?
Yes, that's so true. You know, I just posted on social media and I was like, I don't have everything I want today, but I have everything I prayed for 5 years ago. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It makes you realize just how far you've come.
Exactly.
But that's the same thing with relationships. So do we really change that much in 5 years, do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And here's from a psychological perspective, really what we're going through is the process of neuroplasticity. The brain is constantly changing, and it changes how we think. It changes what we do, and the next thing you know, 5 years later, we've become a different person.
So it's not just a feeling, it is actively evolving.
It is actively evolving.
Okay, so lean in, you
Yes,
guys.
yes.
We're
and
doing
there's
it.
science behind it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so when people look back and feel like they barely recognize their past self, is that a healthy sign, do you think?
I think it can be wonderfully healthy. At the same time, it can be a challenge. It means that, hey, I've grown and I've become another person. However, if they look back and they go, I'm not really sure if this is the person I want to be, or they feel shame around it, then that just means there's time to continue to grow and develop. And you wonder, am I actually growing or am I just getting older?
Right. Okay, so let me ask you a side question off of that. How do you deal with such shame, whether you are growing or whether you're looking back and thinking, okay, I still have some of the same habits from a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? How do we handle that without sending ourselves into a guilt-ridden funk?
Absolutely. I think that the bigger picture is, what have I been doing this 5 years that has me looking back going, I feel ashamed of that part. And so we have to do what psychologists and therapists all say, do the work. And the work is holding up the mirror, looking at yourself and going, oh yeah, I need to fix that. I need to adjust that. I need to do this. And ask the question, have I just been living in survival mode all of this time and I haven't been intentional about the strategy of becoming that better version of myself?
Which a lot of us do, because listen, sometimes we're just trying to get through the day. We're just trying to get through work. We're just trying to get through cooking at home. We're trying to get the kids in bed.
Surviving.
Exactly. So then what type of life experiences do you think people go through that are heavy in change or will cause someone to change?
Standard transitional phase of life issues. It could be marriage, it could be divorce, it might be transitioning from high school to college, it could be transitioning from college to adulting. Whatever those standard phase of life transitions are, those are the ones that impact us the most.
Yes. Okay, so let me ask you, because in long-term friendships, in your marriage, how do you stay connected with people, especially as they're evolving in maybe different directions? Because I hear people say all the time, marriage is hard, hard because when you grow and you actually make it those 50 years,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
the person you married.
Not
it's a
at
completely
all.
different woman, completely different man.
Yeah. We have to be flexible, first of all, and we have to communicate. If you're in a friendship, you're in a marriage, it's the communication of growing together. And the one thing that allows us to grow together is to find agreement. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And finding that agreement is what really makes us stronger together.
Yes. Okay, now let me ask you this. If we can't find an agreement, if we can't find it, and we're starting
And
to
it's not there.
outgrow, we're starting to outgrow the friendship because maybe priorities or values don't line up the way they used to.
Yeah.
How do we either rebuild or let it go?
Boundaries.
Okay.
I just made that really simple. The truth is, when we know who we are, what we want, where we're going, how we're going to get there, and who the people we're going to enlist to help us get there, we're able to set those boundaries to say, this worked for me 5 years ago, but it doesn't work for me today. And so that means, and I like to say really simply, cutting away the fat. You really have to bring it in and say, okay, this is the strategy now. And my strategy is going to be that I'm moving forward and I'm not living in the past.
Yes. Okay, I feel like as we are all listening to you, we're all reflecting on
Absolutely.
the evolution that we've had, but also the evolution that we've seen in our relationships. And honestly, I could sit here and talk to you. I want to tell you my personal business
I know.
right
Come
now.
on, let's
child.
do it. Let's do it, Erin.
Off camera, my
Right.
girl. But if someone is feeling the same way as I am, where can they find you if they want to talk to you?
ThinkWellPlus.com or JadaJackson.com.
Thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely.
All right, Greg, let's talk about it. What's going on outside?
All right, it is quiet out there right now, but it's not going to stay that way. We do have weather alerts in place heading into the weekend, so we'll have one more look at your forecast when GMT continues after this.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
I've shared with you guys plenty of times how much I love the rain. So I was outside on my patio last night watching the rain come down, and then it got really hard and really
Well, I was going to say, yeah.
And I had to run inside. I got soaking wet, but more rain to come. Maybe I'll watch from inside this time.
Yeah, that might be the best thing to do there, because we could have more heavy rain, strong, severe thunderstorms as we get into tomorrow afternoon and evening as well. It is quiet out there right now, though. Taking you back out to the UNT campus one more time. It is warm. It is breezy out there. Those temperatures going to be in the lower 70s, right at 70, but those winds gusting to over 20 miles per hour and heading up to Denton right now. And as we come back on the other end of the Metroplex there, looking at DBU, or actually Cedar Hill, where we did have over 3 inches of rain in Cedar Hill yesterday with the heavy rain that did come down. 72 right now. You see those low clouds have rolled back into the area. Now for today, though, not going to see much in the way of rain. Coverage is going to be very low, only about 20, maybe 30% as we get into this afternoon, and we don't anticipate severe weather either, but we're going to be in the upper 70s, close to 80, and those gusty south winds through the afternoon as well at 15 to 25. Tomorrow, though, a little bit different story as we get into the afternoon. We do have that level 2. Slight risk for strong and severe thunderstorms later in the afternoon as we head toward mid-late afternoon on Friday. Large hail damaging winds, that isolated tornado threat, especially up along the Red River, where we do have that enhanced risk for severe storms, and that stretches on up into Oklahoma for tomorrow. So be weather aware as we get into tomorrow, and you see those showers and thunderstorms as they do fire up getting into the afternoon hours on Friday. Those continue into the evening hours, and then we're going to carry that widespread rain and thunderstorm activity on into Friday night and Saturday as well. Now, the severe weather threat will be much lower as we get into Saturday, but we will have some widespread rain. Some of that rain could be locally heavy as well, and you see that severe weather threat only marginal at best as we get into Saturday afternoon and evening, and that stretches down into central Texas, where the risk will be a little bit higher over the weekend. So stay tuned over the next few days. All right, Aaron, back to you.
The Animal Council has been summoned. The shrill beaver is right.
Yeah!
Their treachery ends here, now!
Yeah!
Let's squish the humans!
Like animals, mysteries of the animal world are revealed. Meryl Streep plays the insect queen, a finicky butterfly with an attitude. Paige found perfect tie-ins to the movie. That's also a great option for moms planning spring break. She is live at the Texas Discovery Gardens Tropical Butterfly House. Hello, Paige.
Hey, good morning to you and good morning, Texas. We are certainly talking about rain in the forecast, but great news. Rain or shine, Texas Discovery Gardens is here, and you have an opportunity to experience beautiful butterflies. These butterflies are here year-round, and we can talk about the butterflies, what makes them so important for our environment, and also just seeing the different types of species. We're talking thousands. Somebody that's going to be giving us some more insight into this is Peyton Whittinger to tell us more. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Let's talk a little bit about the butterflies themselves. You've brought some cocoons here. Tell me about these and kind of a little bit about how these caterpillars transform into these beautiful butterflies.
So this is an Atlas moth cocoon, and then this is an African moon moth cocoon. So we get these guys shipped in from all around the world. They actually come from different butterfly farms. They come in as a cocoon or a chrysalis, and at the butterfly farm they start as an egg, and then they transform into a caterpillar, and then a chrysalis or cocoon, and then we get them here.
There's so many metaphors for that whole transformational process that we can go on and on about. But let's see some of these butterflies. They're flying all around us, but we have some here so you can get a closer look at how beautiful these magnificent creatures are. Can you take one of these out for us, Peyton?
Yeah, of course.
So tell us a little bit about the ones that are represented here and the one that you're going to be taking out and showing us.
So we have some long wings and postmen. We also have some owl butterflies and some swordtail butterflies. The one I'm taking out right now is an owl butterfly.
Oh, look. Look, it likes me. It likes me. This is a beautiful creature. And what amazes me is how many varieties of butterflies are represented here. It's absolutely stunning. And to be able to be in an environment where you can come and see these butterflies in all of their glory is really, really a treat. Gorgeous butterfly, and their migration is something too that's really important. I'd love for you to take a few more out while we talk, and let's hear a little bit more about the migration process.
So I believe you're referring to the monarchs, right?
Yeah, the Minox, yes. I don't know anything about butterflies, but I'm assuming yes. Oh my gosh, look at this. That is so beautiful. But yes, let's talk about the monarch migration because they certainly do come through Texas.
Yes, so we don't have any native butterflies in here, but we do have native butterflies in our garden. The monarchs, they actually live 9 months whenever they're traveling because they focus their energy on the flight down to Mexico rather than reproduction. And then as they make their way back up after wintertime, they have multiple generations that make their way back up north.
And you have an opportunity to tag these butterflies, literally get some, put little stickers on them. Then you are able to kind of track the population of the monarchs, how many there are, their migration patterns, and this is something that everybody can participate in.
Yes, so if you go to monarchwatch.org, you can actually learn how to tag the butterflies, and we also do butterfly tagging sessions during the fair. It's a great way to contribute to research and citizen science.
All right, well, also, this is tying into our wonderful movie that is going to be released on Friday. In fact, we have some footage of that movie. It's called Hoppers, and the reason why it is called Hoppers is because they're talking about a young little scientist, a scientist who wants to eventually evolve and learn more about animals. So she literally finds the technology to hop into the brain of another animal, and of all animals, she transforms into a beaver. And of course, there's all kinds of challenges associated with that. You can imagine, and the magic of Disney really kind of whisks you away and gives you an opportunity to see these animals and learn about them in the process. I'm now switched over here because here in the Texas Discovery Gardens, there's so much to discover. This is Ron to tell us more about Texas Discovery Gardens. This, I think, is a jewel of North Texas. It's a great destination for spring breakers. It's also a wonderful option for kids in school, but also kids who are homeschooled.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you here this morning, and show off what we have at Texas Discovery Gardens. A lot of people, you use the word, we call it a hidden gem in the city of Dallas. It's 7.5 acres, and our motto is we want people to be entertained, we want them to explore, we want them to get educated, and we want them to have a good experience while they're here. Texas Discovery Gardens has been around for 90 years. This is our 90th birthday. It opened in the 1936 World's Fair, and it is a hidden gem.
It really is a hidden gem. I invite you to come and check that out. Definitely go and see the movie Hoppers. It's in theaters, as I mentioned, on Friday. And you can also come and check out the Discovery Gardens and discover nature and get up close and personal by going to txdg.org. Thank you so much, Ron.
Thanks for coming this morning.
I appreciate it. Okay, Aaron, I'll send it to you.
All right, you guys, tomorrow on GMT, it's National Dress Day. We'll share what spring dress trends are perfect for your closet this season. Plus, we get a preview of the women's chorus of Dallas's upcoming show and a special behind-the-scenes look at the bride. I got to chat with some of the cast members ahead of its release tomorrow. But don't go anywhere today because there's so much more GMT right after the break. If White Rock Lake has ever been your go-to for a morning walk or a sunset reset, here's your chance to give back. The White Rock Lake Conservancy is inviting the community to lace up for Celebration White Rock, a 5K and 10K and sunset block party. And Jennifer and Mark Hesteroy with White Rock Lake Conservancy join me now with so much more on how you can help White Rock Lake stay beautiful. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So glad to have you guys here. So Mark, I'm coming to you first. Tell me a little bit more about White Rock Lake Conservancy and why it was originally founded.
Yeah, absolutely. White Rock Lake Conservancy, oh gosh, we're almost 20 years old now.
Wow.
We were started as a public-private partnership with the Parks Department, the current city councilman at the time, and the park board director realized that of all the signature parks that are in Dallas, White Rock Lake didn't have a private partnership to help fundraise for significant projects around the lake.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, so then what types of projects does the Conservancy fund now?
Everything we raise goes right back to the park. So we've funded bikes for the police that patrol the park. We've planted trees, new lighting, but our biggest project has been the Stone Tables renovation. So there's a pavilion that's rented out every weekend by the park department. We redid, we built the tables back that were originally constructed in 1930, so we redone the restroom and it's now ADA accessible and the only one in the park that's accessible. So all these projects go to the history and the safety and the beauty for generations to come.
Yes, yes, indeed. Well, I feel like we were just talking about, nature is such a big part of our community, and we're so lucky to have so many beautiful spaces that we get to visit. But keeping those spaces beautiful and taking care of them is incredibly important. And so how can we, and the viewers at home, how can we help you guys out in making sure that mission continues?
Yeah, I think the first thing would be come visit. It's an amazing place and it's truly unique asset for the city of Dallas. It's the largest urban park, urban lake in the country, and it has more than 2 million visitors a year. So come see the running clubs and get active in a sailing club, or just come and see the sunset. It's also part of a huge network of hike and bike trails that connect throughout Dallas, and also home to Nick and Nora, our resident bald eagles, that you could probably get a good chance of getting a view of.
Yes, yes, indeed. Okay, bird watchers, that was your sign. Okay, we need to pop out to White Rock Lake. But you're talking about us coming out there, so let's talk about Celebration White Rock. Tell me why we wanted to do this, but also what people can expect.
Celebration White Rock is our largest fundraiser, and it's a fun event at the lake that gives back to the lake. So you can walk the 5K with your dog, you can run the 10K with your stroller. You can just come to the party. So there's food and drink from restaurants and breweries afterwards. There's music. We've got great raffle packages this year, and there's age-based prizes for each of the top runners. And then the fastest people that run the 5K and 10K get their name engraved on a stone at the lake. So we'll be there forever.
Wow. Cool.
So it's just a great event at the lake, benefiting the lake, and it all goes back to improvements in the park.
Okay, this sounds like so much fun. I love that you touched on the fact that there's age-specific prizes, which tells us that the whole family can come. You can bring everybody out. It's going to be a party. And I like how you don't necessarily have to run. You can walk it if you want to. This sounds like such a beautiful time in a beautiful space. Tell me how we can sign up and how we can learn so much more.
Yes, so you could go to celebrationwhiterock.com. It's March 26th. And come for the run or just come for the fun.
Yeah.
And you get a great sunset view
There you go.
over downtown Dallas.
Exactly, but also you get a go-to spot that you'll probably visit again.
Absolutely.
So, you guys, we're going to pop up a QR code on your screen right now so you can lace up and be ready at the lake on Thursday, March 26th at Celebration White Rock. The pre-run party starts at 5 p.m. with the race starting at 6 p.m. at Winfrey Point. Sign up and learn more at whiterockdallas.org/celebration. We'll be right back. Legendary rock band The Eagles are bringing the Long Goodbye Act 3 farewell tour to North Texas. Celebrating more than 50 years of touring, the Eagles are hitting select stadiums in Atlanta, Nashville, and of course right here in DFW. The iconic lineup featuring Don Henley, Joe Walsh, and Timothy B. Schmidt, joined by Vince Gill and Deacon Frey. It's all happening at Globe Life Field in Arlington on May 16th. Mark those calendars. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. So if you're an Eagles fan, this may be your last chance to take it easy and live right here in North Texas. But wait, we want you guys to go witness the musical greatness on us. We're giving away 2 tickets to the 8th caller. To win, just call 214-977-6008 or call 888-446-8880. Good luck to you. Breaking entertainment news this morning, pop icon Britney Spears was arrested last night in California for allegedly driving under the influence. Here's what we know right now. The 44-year-old singer was taken into custody around 9:30 p.m. last night in Ventura County, released just after 6 a.m. this morning. She is scheduled to appear in court on May 4th, and following her arrest, she deactivated her Instagram profile. The arrest follows a period of major personal transitions following the termination of Spears' 13-year court-ordered conservatorship, in 2021. So we're going to see how this plays out. Wishing her all the best. I really just want to see her do well and be in a healthy space. So hopefully maybe this will shake something and maybe she'll hit reality and come to. So sending prayers to her. Switching gears, Maggie Gyllenhaal's new film, The Bride, is coming to theaters this weekend. It's set in 1930 Chicago when groundbreaking scientist Dr. Euphonius brings a murdered young woman back to life to be a companion for Frankenstein's monster. But what happens next is beyond what either of them could have ever imagined. I'm talking obsession and a wild and radical cultural movement between 2 outlaw lovers. The movie focuses on James Whale's 1935 film Bride of Frankenstein, which is of course inspired by Mary Shelley's classic novel Frankenstein. But everyone gets wrapped up in the story of Frankenstein and his bride, but this movie also touches on a lot of female tropes. Like we talked about, it is the 1930s. Women are dismissed, they are minimized, they are used for their bodies, and we see the bride fight through those hurdles with her monster by her side. But there are also ties to our current society and how women are treated even today. It really is quite a prolific watch, you guys. If you haven't put it on your must-watch list, I definitely would. It comes out tomorrow. So here's some weekend plans. I did get to speak with Christian Bale, who played Frankenstein's monster, and he told me why it was important to him to humanize the character. Take a look.
He was a man who was experimented on in a grotesque fashion, and absolutely, he wants to be human. He is human, but he's rejected because of his looks, because he's a misfit, and that's what this movie is all about. It's for the misfits. It's for people screaming to the heavens for acceptance and in protest and anger at the way that society has treated them. And so he's this giant of a man who's trying to blend in, and then, thank God, finds himself with this, absolute wildcat of a woman, this firecracker that he didn't expect, who's brilliant, and she's on this mission, and he just wants to be a part of that. He just wants to have some of that life vitality that she's got.
And Maggie Gyllenhaal has built a distinguished career in front of the camera from her performances in such films such as Donnie Darko, The Dark Knight, Mona Lisa's Smile, and Secretary. In recent years, however, she has stepped away from acting to concentrate on her work behind the scenes. She made her directorial debut with The Lost Daughter back in 2021, but The Bride marks her second time sitting in that directorial seat. She shares with us why she believed The Bride deserved a bold, modern reimagining for today's audiences outside of just Frankenstein.
His loneliness and his hunger and his humanity, I think, really resonates for many people, including myself. But this is a different story. The bride, when she comes back and starts telling the truth, I mean, she's larger than life. She's iconic. She's like born from the dead. She's a monster. She's superhuman. She's super powerful.
The film stars Christian Bale, Jessie Buckley, Peter Sarsgaard, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Penelope Cruz. It will hit theaters tomorrow, you guys. Like I said, make sure you put it on your must-watch list. That is your tea for the day. We will be right back.
Wardrobe for our hosts is sponsored by Dillard's at North Park Center.
My favorite type of viewer is the viewer who makes it to the end of the show. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you missed anything from today's show, remember you can always rewatch GMT on your own time on the free to download WFA Plus streaming app for your TV. You can also download the app on your phone where you can watch entire shows that you may have missed right under that news tab. You can also select just the segments from our show to watch on demand under the shows tab. It replays on WFA Plus and our sister station KFAA Channel 29 at 1 p.m. today. But plenty of things still coming up in the rest of the week. Tomorrow is Friday, you guys. We are so close. We are almost there. Coming up tomorrow on GMT, International Women's Day is on Sunday. So we're kicking things off with a weekend-long celebration of women. The Women's Chorus of Dallas takes the GMT stage, so you don't want to miss that. Plus, Kim Whitley is going to be in the building. Do not miss tomorrow, you guys. Make sure you turn on Channel 8. But until then, have a good morning, and I'll see you later.